VigilanteWilliamson here with a very simple question. Is anyone around Ryan Garcia loyal? This is more fallout to the Ryan Garcia Tank fight. My most popular video on this channel is me asking whether or not Ryan Garcia quit, and there was some good discourse in the comments about it. Some people think he did, some people think he had no choice. I kind of lean towards, as I did the video and think about that, he really didn't have much choice. He did quit. He did have a manual decision in it, but he was in a lot of pain, and he was going to lose. He was going to get knocked out. Now, some people still say, some of these fighters, especially, like, man, you just got to go out on your sword. And so, you tell me what you think about that. But one thing I can say for sure is his team quit on him after the fight. No one showed up to the press conference. I may have talked a little bit about that in the original video or my podcast. I feel like I did. No one showed up to the press conference as far as his trainer, Joe Goosen. Neither did Bernard Hopkins, who strangely got into this thing and fucking shout out to Oscar De La Hoya for self-snitching like 6ix9ine. But Bernard Hopkins did this weird shit where he was rubbing the back of Tank's back, like the small of his back. And the rumor is, at least what Oscar De La Hoya said the rumor wasn't. He said this didn't happen, but everyone now thinks no, it did. Is that he was pouring or trying to rub testosterone cream or Tank so he can fail a drug test. So we'll see what happens when these drug tests come out. I mean, if you know anything, these drug tests could take a while. So 3 to 4 months from now, we might have a whole full-blown controversy if Tank pops dirty, and we'll look back at that video like, what the fuck was Bernard Hopkins doing? So there's that. And, of course, Oscar De La Hoya didn't show up either. He said there was death threats. But, of course, you're going to leave fucking Ryan Garcia's mother and his family there to get burnt if there were the alleged death threats, which I don't think there were. Or if they were, they weren't serious. I just think nobody wants to be there for Ryan. Then you had the disloyal guy in this camp. I'm sorry I hurt you, Ryan. And, there are also people who think Joe Goosen was maybe a mole because he works for PBC. PBC is obviously related to Mayweather, and Tank is under the Mayweather. Right? Honestly, I do not know what Tank's management system or management situation is. I don't think anyone does outside of those people involved. But it's not that far of a reach to get from PBC to Mayweather, right? So a lot of people think Joe Goosen may have been a double agent, and he allegedly, because everything with boxing, you got to say alleged, because, you hear a report and then it's not true, who knows? But allegedly, he's been fired. He's been fired, and I would expect eventually Ryan to leave Golden Boy because, everyone left him. There was no one there at that press conference. They were doing all this shady shit. I know it's the fight business. I know it's the hurt business. I know a lot of shady shit happens in combat sports, man. So much dirty and shady shit. So I'm not shocked. I've heard rumors about this sort of stuff. People trying to spike people's drinks so they fail tests and shit like that. And so seeing Bernard Hopkins rub fucking Tank, and he reacted like there was something on his hand. I really do think he was trying to put testosterone. I think he succeeded. I think we're going to be dealing with this in 4 months or whatever it takes for the test to come out. So that's, it's kind of fucked up. And I do think Ryan Garcia does need to leave Jeremy Clarkson's better haired cousin, aka Joe Goosen. Even though I'm not saying Joe Goosen's not a good trainer, but there clearly was a disconnect. And that said, Ryan also had issues with Eddie Reynoso. I don't think he was the only one, but still, now this would be a third major trainer. You're only 23. So he does have to find a trainer and stick with them and get a connection with them. That said, I don't think he was given the best instruction pre-fight and post-fight. And I will say this, even though Ryan Garcia does have a reputation for not always coming to the gym, not always wanting to be a part of everything, seeing how everyone on this team reacted, you're like, well, did he have a reputation or did he pick up on that there were snakes around? I mean, Tank said he knew whether or not he ate breakfast that morning. And then there's the infamous Kai Cenat stream where he's like, hey, yeah, you got stopped in sparring, you got stopped in training. And he kept saying he didn't, but maybe he did. At least the sparring partner had no problem coming out and saying that he hurt him. And I think it says something on the, I didn't see the epilogue, All Access. I think though they may have mentioned that there was an injury to his rib. So, Tank presumably could have known that. So regardless of what you think of Ryan Garcia, the individual, clearly he did not have the right team for the job. Clearly he had a team that only looked at him as a cash cow. And that's, that's typical of most fighters. That's typical of most fighters. You don't usually see the pretty boy get treated like that. But it is what it is. It's a dirty business. It's a tough business. So you tell me what you think. What do you think about his team? What do you think about Golden Boy right now with, not showing up to the press conference after a loss, which I just think is pretty shameful. B-Hop tossing testosterone cream on Tank allegedly. Joe Guzin being alleged fired. Do you think he should have kept Guzin? Do you think it's Ryan's fault? Some people do, and there may be some validity to that. So you tell me what you think in the comments. I appreciate you guys' comments. And if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.